So what are you enjoying with yourself now, given that you've got this time, you've got an incredible, you're so still vibrant and youthful, you're in great shape, you're doing these wonderful things and meeting your fans and connecting with the community. What is it that consumes your time most of all nowadays?
So, this is the good time in life, that's why I try and stay in shape, because I want to enjoy it, right?
Right.
But, I work a little bit for the Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment, playing in Toronto. You got a captivated audience there and an excited audience once again. And the NHL Players Association is in Toronto, and my buddy Glenn Healy might be at the helm too, so lots of exciting news there.
I haven't heard anything about that, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's fantastic.
Yeah, so I do that, and my oldest boy goes to Alabama, that's a whole new world. So lots of good things happening, and I have my home life in Virginia Beach, soon to be Phoenix. We're gonna make the trek over to Phoenix, so I'll have a direct flight back and forth, play some golf, sunshine, climb some mountains, do all that.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
So here's the questions that we're asking of all the players today, is that when you look back, and aside from all the things that we know of Cujo, aside from the fact that you were the most artistic when it came to your face masks and the most dramatic when you were in that crease, what do you remember the most about when you were on that ice? If you were to capture it in its purest form, what were those days like for you when you were really at the top of your game?
It's you honestly take on a different persona when you're on the ice. You're that character. You really are, and it's about winning, and it's about winning hockey games. So certainly you have the family life, but and you're this type of dad or this type of husband or parent. But then when you get on the ice, you turn into that character. You really do, and it's a competitive spirit, and it's just two different worlds.
And do you find that competitive spirit, which was driven by that character, that persona, do you find that it actually was easy to turn off or walk away from when you retired?
No, it wasn't easy when you retire. There's no way. I'm too competitive, and you can't get that from anything else. But I know that. I know I'm never going to be able to follow up that job with a better job. There's just no way. So your subconscious is a powerful thing, and I could tell myself a lot of things to play well, and so I knew after I'd have to tell myself a lot of things to transition.
Absolutely.
And so I did, and it wasn't easy, but the game is younger, and it was time to retire. So, but it was tough. It was tough.
I bet. And so in terms of finding a place to, in fact, park your competitiveness, or the place to, in fact, be able to hit that switch, where have you found yourself to be able to park or channel that energy, that focus?
Yeah, you don't really at that intensity level. There's no way. I mean, you'd play fantasy baseball, and you get very competitive, but you just don't have that place to park. You play golf, and small victories, the $2 you may win at the end of the day, on a skin or whatever, is fun. So small victories, and I help coach in Charlotte. The goalie's just 5 days a month, but that's a little bit, but it's so minor compared to the adrenaline rushes you would get weekly, daily, monthly. So that's just the fact of getting old.
So where else do you get to, in fact, when you think about the other places that you are challenged? I've heard of you doing coaching and consulting. Of course, you've mentioned the MLSC and other wonderful things like the NHLPA. But have you begun to reflect and think about where else you could, in fact, channel that switch within you? You're a lot unlike many other athletes, where you do have this very interesting ability to switch in and out of a competitive mode. Have you come even close to doing that? Writing books, touring, speaking, building businesses and the like?
I've done a little bit of speaking, but that's not a passion with me. But I share my story, which I may write a book one day. I think I have an interesting story. People tell me I have an interesting story, so I will do that just in order to help kids or help families or help people, and I will get that done in the near future. But watching my kids play is awesome. Is competitive. It's fun. I enjoy that, and watching them grow as human beings. Yeah, that's about it. I stay busy. I meet a lot of people. I meet a lot of fans at these different events that I do, and that's enjoyable. You know, you reminisce a little bit, and you know, it's always fun to hear that what you did mattered to fans. And so I do a little bit of everything, and not a lot of one thing.
That's good. That's good. Well, and then here's my last question, because I want to get you out to the main thing.
Yeah.
Looking at your kids now, and especially looking at a younger generation that's gotten faster, the game's faster,
Yeah.
what advice, what wisdom would you want to part with this younger fan base, this younger athlete base, this community of folks who admire and truly acknowledge your legendary and iconic status? What advice would you give them?
So a young player.
Young
What would I
players.
give them? Usually, a few pieces of advice that I do give them is never lose confidence. Have that unshakable. All the best players I played with had that unshakable confidence. So if I was to tell my younger self, I'd say, be confident right off the get-go. Know that you belong early, and also train harder. You know, don't take a second for granted, and make sure you put the work in the summer, because it's a confidence builder, and it's going to protect you, protect your body. But you know, I wish the first 10 years I had to put in more of a summer program. So I tell the younger guys, don't lose confidence. All the best players had that unshakable confidence, and put in the work in the summer.
That's fantastic news. Fantastic advice.
Yeah.
Curtis Joseph,
Yeah,
thank you so
thank you.
much. Thank you.